What's happening today?
Morning. Today we're going to have crispy pig's head with a violently hot green sauce. And it's very, very simple. Quite a lot of cooking time, but it's very, very simple to make. So, this morning, 6:30 in the morning, I came down to muck around with the pig's heads. A little bit early for some to be maybe playing with pig's heads. Went outside to get something from the tool shed. I was looking for an extra rack for my oven. Opened the door and a rat ran around the inside of the tool shed. Remember, like, you know, kind of motorbikes in those kind of barrels, and then shot between my legs. I jumped in the air, produced a noise I didn't think was actually humanly possible to produce. And it was quite a kind of, pig's head morning with rats dashing between the legs. But things have kind of calmed down a little bit since.
Can you show me the pig's head?
People shouldn't be scared of this. Look at that beautiful, very calm looking thing. It looks peaceful.
People are scared of them though, aren't they?
People have become scared of such things. We've become very squeamish. This is no time for lectures, but I'd say in a funny kind of way, we know less about food than ever before. And we used to eat a lot of this stuff. If you have a good butcher, you can get half a pig's head for 3-4 quid, and that will feed 4 or 5 people. And this will turn into one big blistered crisp with tender, unctuous piggy cheek. And look, I mean, look how much meat there is on here. All of this is meat. All of the cheek is meat. And then you turn the back of the head. Look here, you've got tongue. This is just pork. Brain's been removed, so no gruesomeness. And it's just delicious pork, but in the head form. And we all like things that don't look like what they actually are. This is a head, but it's bloody toasty head. So, first things first, is the salt. So I'm going to get a good amount of Malden flaked sea salt, oregano, and then what's in my beloved spice drawer, coriander seeds, avocado leaves. I love these for their particularly aniseedy flavour. These are used a lot in Mexican cooking, but then if you can't get avocado leaves, just get some fennel seeds. An industrial bombardment of pepper. In fact, I'm not going to grate it, and we'll just put a bit. So we've got salt, peppercorns, avocado leaves, coriander seeds, oregano. Is there anything else I want? No. So now I'm going to blitz this to kingdom come. And there you have it. We need quite a lot of seasoning for this, so I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of my chamomile, sage and rosemary salt in too. And Mr. Cameraman, smell that. Wow. So a good bit of seasoning all over. This is meat with fat. Fat's so essential for cooking. Fat's being taken out of cooking, and it's so bloody important for taste. That's all we're doing, just seasoning it. And then, if I was to now steam this without wrapping it, as it cooked, the meat would want to bend away off the bone. So you'd end up with this kind of grisly flour kind of looking thing. And we want it to look like a pig's head when it goes onto the table. So you've got to bind the pig's face up. Right, excuse me, I'm going to go and have a tiny tantrum. Moments such as these, unpicking cling film, or getting a knot out of your fishing line, anything other than calm will lead to further frustrations, foul language and confusion. So let's just to sit down or lean back quietly. Right, okay. It's half water and half cider. And then just bust a few little holes through the cling film. Wrap it up carefully to really keep as much of the moisture in so that it steams properly. Into the oven it goes. Close the door, and then you've got 3.5, 4 hours. It's on at 200, so maybe you're into spanking or something. Go and do that for 3 hours. Maybe you want to build an Airfix model. Maybe you want to go and do some gardening or go and tell your mother how much you love her. Anyway, you've got 3.5 hours now. Green sauce, salsa verde, whatever you want to call it. It really is about what you've got. And my neighbour's got a lot of nasturtiums growing in his front garden.
The flowers?
Yes. I said to him yesterday, can I have your nasturtiums? He said, knock yourself out. He had one green tomato, so it's going in our green sauce. So, nasturtiums. These are, if you haven't tried them before, they've got those beautiful orange flowers, which are very delicate and taste peppery, but then the leaves are just a stronger version of the flowers and are really peppery. And they're delicious and strong. Kind of like, peppery is not good enough, kind of like, more like wasabi than horseradish. And so what else we got? Parsley. Stalks and all. And one of my favourite herbs in the world, some tarragon, so we'll take a bit out there. I just love that kind of licoricey, slightly curry, celery twang to it. I just love the stuff. And I want some marjoram. Marjoram, which is my other favourite herb. It's rained heavily this morning, so I'm not going to bother to wash it. If you haven't got capers, use gherkins. If you haven't got gherkins, then, and it's, I don't know, June, go and pick your unripe gooseberries and chop them up and stick them in. This is actually the last of some pickled wild garlic buds from last year. So these are a year old. Pickled wild garlic buds, and I'm just, look, they're lovely. Chefs chop everything up all the time. I don't think they know why they're doing it sometimes. They're just natural born choppers. And I like things to look like what they actually are. So those wild garlic buds can go in whole. So a good spoon of English mustard.
French and English?
And English. That one's tangy and vinegary. This one is hot and violent. That really, really is hot, 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 hot. And then I'm also going to put horseradish in. So when you're eating a pig's head, there's a crispy fat, and then there's great kind of wibbly bits of fat that you want to eat, but it's nonetheless kind of jellied hot fat. So when you're eating something like that, you need something sharp to cut through it, which is why I'm making this kind of bits and bobs green sauce. A pretty serious glug of olive oil. Some salt. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of red wine vinegar. Red wine vinegar's got a very kind of savoury element to it, which I love. Edmund Fallow, he makes very, very good mustard as well. And his red wine vinegar is my favourite one. Okay. You could have this sauce with half a hard-boiled egg with that on top. Also, when if you did make a kind of brawn, this would be very good with the brawn. Be very good on fish. Be very good with lamb. It would be extremely good on leeks, actually, just a lovely leeks with grated hard-boiled egg and this on top. Right now. Holy moly, that's really good. It's quite aggressive. It's nice and sharp. I'm going to put a little bit more Dijon mustard in. We don't eat enough when we're cooking. Recipes are guidelines. Cooking times are fatal sometimes. It's all about temperatures and tasting. Right, okay, I'm gonna have a quick clean down and check pig.
Blimey. What do you think? Never seen you look so crispy. What's the occasion? Just felt like sprucing up, you know? I do know. Okay, wait here. Ta-da! Crispy. All right. Check it. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous. What do you think, Bottle?
Yeah. Phew. Never thought I'd fancy a pig.
Hot steaming head. Before the pigs really, this is what you're looking for. See, it just slides through really easily. The skin's almost like jelly, so when we salt it and put it back in the oven, it's just going to turn into an outrageous crisp. I want to cut all this off. Right, now that's just got to cool down. Now, spoonio. Oh my God. That is flipping delicious. Boil that down a bit, ramp up the flavour, put some gelatin into that, some chopped ham, the rest of your pig, lots of fresh parsley, and then pour it into a kind of shallow, you know, Perspex-y kind of thing, and then let it set, and then you'll have a beautiful, put it in actually a bread tin line so you can take it out, and then you'll have a beautiful jelly with lots of, you can put capers in, actually tarragon, ham, bits of pork, it'll all set, and you can slice it and eat it with toast and that hot sauce. But this will be kept. This is delicious. It's another meal, in effect. That's the point. It's another meal. Okay. When that goes back into the oven, it will turn into just one great big crisp. And you'll smash your way through the head to get at this kind of deep mine of soft cheek. There's tongue, there's all, it's just flipping delicious. It costs nothing, and that would do 5 people for lunch. Just to help it be super, super crisp, I'm going to take a knife and very gently run it not through the meat but through the fat. Some smoked salt. I'm going to mix with a bit of smoked paprika. And this will crisp in about, on a hot oven, we're going in at 220. See you soon, my little friend. Someone else has come to have a little check as well. That's Aggie. But my oven is not a fan oven, this great big French tank of a thing. So things are going a little slower. It would normally only take about 25 minutes. But the ear, look, is going crispy, so I want to protect that. And here, and here. We've still got a bit of a way to go here. So I'm going to protect the ear because I like that crunchy bit. I'm just going to... Oh God, that's just really good. Come on, crispy pig's head. It's time for a check. Checky, check. Always check. Never get complacent with something you spend time loving. One final 5 minutes. And then it's piggy time.
The moment of truth.
Indeed. So, sizzling, weeping, sticky juices. and still very much looking like a pig. Okay, so.
So some people might still be wary of that.
What is it, people looking, that you are wary of? I mean, here is a little kingdom of deliciousness, things we might have fallen out of love with, but this is just pork, and it's very, very good. And especially for those crispy fat lovers like myself, this is a great place to go hunting. So, hold on, let me go. That's more like it. Look at that. Crispy pig's head with a hot herb sauce. Yum. The moment of truth. Just everything in its own right first. It's sharp, it's pokey, it's got a growl of mustard, it's got some horseradish violence. You can taste the tarragon, you can taste the marjoram, you can taste the parsley. It's really, really delicious, full of mustard and wah! And now, in we go.
What would you serve it with?
What would I say? So eager to get started. I would probably make an applesauce or roast apples or apples something with this. And possibly some bitter leaves like dandelion, which I really like. And then some very simply boiled potatoes. So in effect, boiled potatoes, pig fat and meat and crispy bits. Maybe something with apples and this green sauce. And that's enough. You'll be kind of slayed after this. It's hardcore eating.
Is that a good sign, the noise?
When is crunch not a good sign? Well, I guess when you're making a blancmange. But yes, in this case, yes. Now that's, look, now just come in here. Come in here, look. It's just melting that pork cheek. Oh my God. I've got to be very careful not to burn myself because this is when I get really excited and horribly burn myself. So there's crackling, there's some nice brown cheek meat, a little bit of green sauce. Look at that, little quivering joy. It's so completely effective. It was just delicious. The seasoning you can taste, the meat is melting, not dry in any way. You got this sharp sauce. It is rich, delicious food. You probably need to take a statin afterwards. Oh, it's this time of year, it's autumn. It's getting cold. Crispy pig's head with green sauce. I mean, it's just 100% joy. Come on, let's get in here a bit. Look at all this beautiful cheek meat. Just roll it out. But this is a dish about drama. So put it on the table and everyone can smash it themselves in that lovely kind of, camaraderie and volume and clinking glasses. I just think put it on the table and let each other help themselves. If you enjoyed this film, if you enjoy this kind of food, then please subscribe to the channel. If you're real. Dear all, check out my Patreon site because I've got a couple of delicious accompaniments for this.